It's rather fetching, that, isn't it? Got a new member of the family today, so I thought I realised just as I was about to start that I could probably put it around my neck and make it into a necklace. So I thought it might look, you know, a bit blingy. So how the devil are you, everybody? How the devil are you? Well, as you probably gathered, I've said enough already. I'm stuffed up to eyeballs. I've got a cold. I've got a cold and I am frozen. I'll come on to that in a minute. So my ears are glued up. It's all up here in my head and I've got a cough. So if you make me laugh, I'm warning you now. I'm going to start coughing. So that could be quite entertaining. But nonetheless, I've done a test, Crispy. I used my last COVID test up and it was clear. It is merely a cold. Here comes T-Boy. Yes, it was Kevin. Kevin, T-Boy in training started it off, passed it on to me, and then I gave it to T-Boy, so we've all got it. But frankly, after what's been going on in our house for the last 12 months, I'm not remotely surprised. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
I've even given in and put the central heating on. Tell how bad it is. You can tell how desperate things are. Yeah, so well, I think I'm on the turn. I'm on the turn, as they say. But then you knew that, didn't you? So it's definitely on the way now. So I just need to get rid of all the snot in my ears. So, well, here we are again. Doesn't time fly? When you get between one week and another, it just goes like that. It's Brenda and Keith. I've had another busy week this week. I've made a list. I've checked it twice. Went to find out who's naughty and nice. No, Joanne, I've not been yet. Because I've had another busy week. Doing stuff that I've put off while we've been caring for Mum. So as you can see, I finally managed to get my hair done. So that's like 5 months later. So I look like, oh. Did I position the urn downstairs for Crispy? No, Crispy, I've not got that yet. I'll come on to that in a minute. So I've been doing lots of jobs. I have a diary. In fact, this is now our Bible. I've always all the time I've ever been self-employed, bought a yearly week to view diary. I always have it open on my desk, and this is my saving grace. As you can see that I've dropped a fair old few cups of water on this as well. So this is where I just note everything down and make notes and whatnot. So I've had my book out and I went through it, and I've literally not stopped since Mum's funeral. Well, since she died, actually. So I've had a look through my book. So I've done all kinds of different stuff. I've felt awful. We've all got this cold. We've all been trying to catch up and not go sideways. We've booked our tickets for pantomime. Oh yes, we have. So we're off to me and my little mad gang of mates. We're off to the Grand Theatre in Blackpool, and we've booked not the stalls at the bottom where you sat on the bottom floor. We're in that first circle on the grounds that when you sat up there, you're looking down at the stage rather than sitting in the stalls and looking up at the stage and coming out with a really bad stiff neck. Oh yes, we have, Connie. Oh yes, we have. So we're really looking forward to that. We're ridiculously excited and we're right looking forward to it.
Probably get thrown out.
Yeah, we'll probably get thrown out. So bearing in mind it's probably full of kids, we're going to the matinee as well. We're going to the afternoon performance so that we don't have to be out after dark. Hello, Senga. So we're looking forward to that. Yesterday we were back at the Creme again for a repeat performance, which was quite upsetting. Our lovely little friend Pam, you might remember me telling you that our little friend Pam had died the day before my mum, and they'd had to wait because people were on holiday. I told you everybody was on holiday for hours. So they had to wait for their funeral, and it was only yesterday. So I'm just glad we didn't have to wait that long. So we were back at the Creme, and I was doing really well until Pam's daughter, who is also called Christine, would you believe, stood up and started doing her eulogy. Well, that was it. I went at that point, so I came out. But we really wanted to go. I definitely intended to go. So the reason why I'm shivering, and probably Brenda is too, is that we've been out in Cleveley's this morning doing Care for Cleveley's, which is the sort of next story to tell you. Just before I forget though, Crispy asked whether or not we'd got Mum's urn back yet. Actually, there's a little bit of a funny story to go with that. So we've ordered, in fact, I'll be able to show you a picture because I've got the book here. Let me show you. Let me show you what we've ordered. I tell you, it's big business, funerals. You never find a poor funeral director, that's for sure. We've ordered this. Where is it? It's that one. That one in the middle there, if you can see properly. So it's not like a sort of a traditional, looks like an urn type thing, because I want to keep it on display and keep it in the middle of it. So the little thing that's on it, it's listen to this for the sales pitch. We combine the latest in technological materials while utilising old world craftsmanship. Our creative designs begin their journey to you from our own inspirations and artistic expression. Each piece is a unique work of art. I think the stone, actually. And it says, as the sun rays fall upon my face, I feel you in my heart. Your light will always fill my soul. We'll never be apart. And I thought that was really appropriate. So that's what we've ordered. We're waiting for that to turn up, along with the balancing payment of the bill, which I'm surprised, to be honest, that they've not been for yet. So I don't know whether I told you the ninja story, did I? When we came back in yesterday from Pam's funeral, a funeral was at 2 o'clock. We went out at 1:30. It was not quite 7 o'clock when we walked back in. Don't start me coughing. Excuse me. Yes?
Have you got water?
Yes, thank you.
Just checking.
So, when we came in, there's a little parcel being delivered in a plastic bag, you know, from a courier. Kevin says, "What are you doing?" Kevin says, "What's in that box?" I says, "What box? I don't know. What box? What are we talking about here?" He said, "There's a box." He says, "It's never the urn, is it?" You know we're terrible, aren't we? She'll be up there laughing at us. And you got to promise too, Kevin. Maybe a pair of horns.
40 a day. Oh, I've done it now. I'm sorry, folks. We'd normally play commercials at this point, and okay.
Sing along with the audience.
Bit of breathe.
So he says, is it your mum's urn? I says, of course it's not my mum's urn. I says, they wouldn't have sent that by courier, would they? Would they?
Would they?
I said, and besides which, when we do eventually get my mum's urn, it'll be full of ash. Oh, irreverent. She'll be sat up there, she'll be saying, I don't know, listen at them. They're still taking it mickey out of me. And I'm not even here. Good idea, Crispy. Break out the fisherman's friends, he says. Kevin?
Yes?
Go fetch us a packet of fisherman's friends, Cocker.
I'm off.
No. We've got an industrial quantity. Fisherman's friend. Promise yesterday I kept pushing one in after another. So yes, so that's why. Just so no, we've not got the back yet. So I'm sort of looking at it. I'm looking forward to getting her back with us, but I'm not looking forward to getting her back with us, if you know what I mean. Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
Very strange. It's really not sunken. Really not sunken.
You got a very nice parcel with some of these, didn't you?
I did.
Didn't you? Hold your hand down. Hold your hand down.
Hold your hand down. That's a good girl.
Put them there.
Yeah, I do look like I should be in South Pacific, don't I, now with my bow?
Is that a musical?
Yes, before your time. Well, yeah, before your time. So this morning, we've been out in Cleveland's because obviously our caring duties have superseded everything that has been going off around us. So we've not been able to go to care for Cleveland's. But now all that is changing. Crispy's just said, Crispy's my memory, I think, today, joined the Facebook group. We're up to 225, I think it was, in the Facebook group, which is quite a lot. So all those bats can talk silly and share things and whatnot. So there's the address, Facebook group, Brew at Tool Chat. Brew at Tool Chat. And I've got a photograph that I shall post in there of Kevin. On Sunday afternoon, he said, we've got a notice board in Cleveland's that we got free of charge from a company that makes CCTV poles, you know, for the CCTV systems. And they do things like that for their apprentices to learn the metalwork. And they made that for us and didn't charge us anything. And it's a really nice notice board, but it's a bit weathered, shall we say. One of the locks had broken, so we ended up having to practically jam it open. So it needed some TLC. So I said to Kevin, let's order some locks and then we can repair it when we do care for Cleveland's. So he's ordered the locks, we've done, you know, what we needed, we've got the paint, etc. So on Sunday afternoon he says, I think I might pop to Cleveland's after tea and get that notice board, and then I can fix the locks and put them in, and then it's done ready and it'll speed it up. Oh no, we didn't find out what was in the box, did we, Mark? Oh, I don't know. So in the rain on Sunday night, in the dark,
on the high street,
he's in the middle of Cleveland's High Street, taking the notice board to bits and putting it in the back of his car, and nobody asked what he's doing. Very odd.
There was a blue light a bit later on.
I was taking it to bits and just wrench going, and all these folk were walking past on the way to the shipwreck pub and whatnot. They're going, all right. I'm going, all right. All right. What you doing? Mind your own business. Oh dear. In fact, there was a very nice young man, He was out with his girlfriend, just taking a stroll. I said, "You look like," because it looked like a two-man job. I said, "You look like a very nice young chap, a very helpful young chap." I says, "Come and help me take this off." He says, He says, "What you doing?" I says, "It's probably best not to ask till the police arrive."
He's an idiot, honestly. So that left 2 legs and a welcome to Cleveland's. So I thought some wisecrack is going to make a comment about it on social media tomorrow. So I'll put a post on to explain where it had gone. And this morning he's painted the legs and the sign bit that goes over the top. So that's leg 1 done. So now we just need to get the little bit that goes in the middle finished, and then that can go back. So that's where we're all cold, because we also had a meeting about something very, very exciting at the same time. But before I go on to that, I'll go back to the box. I'm all over the show today, aren't I? I'm all over the show. I'll have the excuse that the snot's clogging my brain up. Matt says, "Am I the youngest person watching?" I don't know, Matt. How old are you? How old are you?
No, you can't do that on a public forum.
How old? Why?
Well, they get the name, the date of birth.
I don't want your date of birth, just a rough idea. And Joan likes my top. Thank you, Joan. This is a main one from Debenhams. R.I.P. Debenhams. R.I.P. Debenhams. Yes, so the box. Anyway, the box that wasn't... Oh, Matt's only 47. He's only 47. So there you go, you see. Definitely the youngest, Matt. You're younger than us. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Becky's 39. Becky's 39. So you're the youngest currently, Becky. You're the youngest. Age is but a number. And in my experience... Oh, Sharon's 28. Oh, they're coming in thick and fast now. In my experience, the older that you get, the more youthful you behave. Is that better? I'm planning on having...
Jane has the skin of a 50-year-old peach.
Can you hear him? He says, "I've got the skin of a 50-year-old peach." You must have heard the rest of that one. I'm planning on having exactly Aldo. He says he's 25 in his head. I'm planning on having a naughty old age. I'm getting into training now. I'm taking all my friends with me, and we are regressing back into our second childhood. And it's very good fun, I have to say. So yes,
Nice.
you see, when you are 25, yeah, we'll all be 25 for the afternoon, Kevin. When you're 25, you're that busy wondering what everybody else thinks about you, and whether or not you're doing the right thing, and whether or not you've conformed and fitted in. That you haven't got time to just enjoy yourself and go with the flow. So you see, you'd never sit here on the internet with a plastic bat around your neck and a bow in your hair, because you'd be thinking, what do people think of me? And then you get to my age and you just don't care. So there you go. Right, anyway, Mark is gasping to know what was in the box. It was an accessory pack for the Ninja. Did I tell you the story of the Ninja? I don't think I did I? Did I tell you the story of the Ninja?
No.
I told you the story about my mum and the Ninja, didn't I? And going, oh. literally while she was laid on a deathbed. at the thoughts of us putting a slow cooker on a oven top. Anyway, I'm going through the learning pains with it at the moment. I bought that round one that's like a big sort of stock pot as opposed to the pulley-outy ones. So I'm going through the growing pains and putting these two through the pains of eating whatever comes out of it, while I kind of learn how to do stuff and what cooks best, which ways, and all the rest of it. So there's 2 metal racks that sit inside it, and inside the lid there's a fan heating element so that it does air frying. It's very good and very quick. But when you're using 2 racks, you see, what's on the top rack ends up really cooked really quick, and what's on the bottom rack is a lot slower. So it was an accessory part for the Ninja. No more exciting than that. But quite ironic, really, that Kevin thought it might have been my mum's urn, and in actual fact, it's a little cooking pot and a toast rack and a silicone bun thing, you know, that you put your bun cases in and make buns in. So there you go, that's how exciting it was. But I have to say I am blown away with the Ninja. I've made all kinds of things in it, and it's really good when you sort of learn how it does things differently, compared to using an ordinary oven. I haven't used the oven at all since we bought it. In fact, I've put all the accessories for the Ninja in it.
Turn it on.
Yeah, just don't turn it on. So I've made the nicest carrot soup that I think we've ever had. Is that true, boys? That was really good, because it pressure cooks. We had some soda bread with it, homemade soda bread, which was very nice, was it not?
Yes.
Beautiful, but didn't you say you were going to do your cook with fanny type?
Yeah, but
videos?
There's another, as it's us, there's another story that goes with the soda bread. Another incident of my mum sat up there on a fluffy cloud, killing herself, laughing at us. Was she not?
Yes.
I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Rock buns.
Yeah. So cooking the soda bread, you see, I made 4 individual buns. I put 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. In fact, Kevin,
Hello.
bit more exercise for you.
Yes.
Go downstairs and fetch the metal pot out of the Ninja with the 2 racks in it, please. The metal pot and the 2 racks. Yeah, got to give him really clear instructions, because otherwise we'll have.
Can you write it down? I might forget.
Just go and fetch it.
Yeah.
Just go and fetch it. I'll show you what I mean.
Keith understands what I mean, don't you? Don't you, Keith?
So you'll and it did cross my mind. Yeah. Cliff says. It's no competitive fanny here. People might think that fanny is just a more polite name for lady pals. Fanny Craddock. And if we're all over, I didn't ask you to bring a whole lot.
Oh,
You Wally.
Oh, God, Bennett.
Oh, I don't know where I found him, but I should have left him there.
Can you clear some space? It's heavy. It's heavy.
Ladies and
Go on,
gentlemen,
you trinkets.
ladies and gentlemen,
I thought they'd like to see what you've been going on
I
with.
give you my Ninja. Cliff don't want me to talk about me, Fanny.
Fanny.
Stop there.
It were donuts. Do you need to cut it toilet again? Sorry. It's got her legs crossed here. Have we got time to do a...
I'm getting warm. I'm not plugging it in.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to have to take this off. It's throttling me. I tell you, it's laughing.
Are you watching? It's got a lid. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's got a lid. It's got a big lid.
It's like QVC, this, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. We could do a rash QVC, couldn't we?
Yeah, you need to put your dress on.
And inside, where you do all the cooking bits.
Kevin,
Yes,
you need to put your dress on.
I need to put my dress on.
All right, Fanny.
Giving away all my secrets, isn't it? So this little thing
Is the rack.
is the rack, which you can also use for sieving soil in the
So
garden.
you see, inside it here, this is your air fryer lid thing.
Oh me.
This is your air fryer lid thing. So there's a fan inside.
Fan is. There's a fanny inside.
And a heating element.
Gonna
So
have to
it
put this on after 9 o'clock.
It
yeah.
blows hot air out of there.
It's not the only thing that blows hot air, is it?
Into the thing. So because the rack, you should have seen us trying to work out how to put this together.
I'm exhausted.
The rack
long's
is
it?
like that. You see, they cooked faster on top than they did.
See, it's how much longer this? I need a drink. I've only been on half an hour. Stay with us. I'm getting hungry. It's making me hungry, this.
So there's a big pot which I keep thinking looks like a witch's cauldron. And then you put everything inside that, you see. So it's not like those square ones that have got a drawer and then you cook whatever you want to cook in there. Boom boom. Makes the most fabulous oven chips.
You done?
Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
I'll take it back down now.
Yeah. So on the just a
But
minute.
aren't you glad I brought it up and you saw the whole thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Just lift it up a bit. So on the front here, you see, is your dial, which I looked at and thought this is going to be really complicated. And all you do is just turn that button and it goes to steam and slow cook and grill and whatnot to do whatever you want it to do. So it pressure cooks, steams, slow cooks, sears and sautés, but it's not as hot as a grill, as a ring. Air crisp, grill, bake roast and dehydrate.
So it beats as it sweeps
It
as
beats
it
as it
cleans.
sweeps as it cleans. For the ones of you that can remember the Eubank advert. Right, you can go now.
That's it. Now one more look. Isn't it nice?
So,
Don't trip.
when I decided that I was going to make some carrot soup on Sunday and some soda bread, I thought, oh, shall I do a video? I've not forgotten, I've got a list, Crispy. Shall I do a video? And I thought, Sunday morning, I've got loads to do. I've got washing, flying, the kitchen looks like a bomb's dropped. I'll perhaps not bother. Gets a bag of flour out at cupboard. Opened it. And I thought, and fortunately, I'd put my glasses on. So I opened this bag of flour, looked inside it to start getting it out and pouring it and whatnot.
Does anybody want to see Arga? Please say no. I can't get that upstairs.
We haven't got an Arga.
And we hadn't even got one.
Kevin, go back to bed.
Anyway, so I opened this bag of flour, and inside it, there's these little black dots, and I thought, that's strange. I wonder what they are. Looked. I mean, it's a while since I'd used the flour because obviously I've had other fish to fry. So I sort of looked inside this bag of flour, and they started moving. Oh my God. It's just a good job I put my glasses on. There were flour mites. And I said to Kevin, I've got mice in my bag of flour. Well, I'm stocked up ready for Putin to invade the northwest. So
Send
this
him a bag of flour,
exactly,
so,
Joanne. Exactly. This bag of flour was not out of date. It had not been open that long. They were tiny. Honestly, they were.
Grain weevils.
Yeah, they were like. They were definitely no bigger than that, if you can even see it. That little pen mark I've just put on there, they were the tiniest little spots. So that was it. That was it at that point. Fortunately, I got another brand new bag of flour in the pantry. So I went and got that and opened it. Brand new bag. Very, very not out of date. Opened it, looked inside. Yeah, that weren't moving, that were fine. So I used that to make this soda bread. And then I set T-Boy in training on, emptying the cupboard. So he had everything out. I says, that's it, everything out. And it's not that long since we cleaned that cupboard out, is it?
What's your question?
Silence. I said, it's not that long since we cleaned that cupboard out.
It's not long since we cleaned cupboard out.
So, I mean, as you can imagine, we might be a bit disorganised, but we're not mucky. Not to that extent, anyway. We didn't find anything else walking. We didn't find any tarantulas or, three-legged antelopes or anything in the back of the cupboard.
And then you went and put black bits on it anyway.
So I said to Kevin, so I'm busy chopping carrots and making bread and one thing and another. And he's on his hands and knees over in cupboards and wiping them down and shifting everything and cleaning everything. I said, you do realise that Chrissy will be sat on a cloud up there and she will be killing herself laughing at us. She'll be saying, now you know what I did all those years, and we never had any evil things when I looked after cupboards. So there you go. I'm obviously a slattern, aren't I? I'm a slattern. Check your pasta. Yeah, we looked at the pasta, Elizabeth. Yeah, you'll all be going in your cupboards and looking in your bags of flour. Seriously, they were just like little tiny black dots. There were, I mean, I put some poppy seeds, ironically, on top of the soda bread when I'd made it. And they were much smaller than poppy seeds, much smaller. If I'd not put my glasses on, I don't think I'd have seen them. Senga's got a polar bear in a toilet. Is that because he's cold? You see, I knew that you get that kind of thing in flour and rice and pasta and dry goods and whatnot. And Kevin said, oh, what are they? So I got my phone and Googled it, and there you go. So that was our exciting morning. So it was a good job. It was a good job that I'd not rigged the camera up and started filming all that, because otherwise it would have been a blockbuster for all the wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons. I've not got any barley, Carol. So Cliff says, oh. First time since lockdown, I visited Peter at Happy Days and Chris went to see Fresh at Foxhall for lunch and had the little shit all with me. Very good. Very good. So, which lately needs me on. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was just going to mention Fanny Craddock.
Why is Senga in toilet?
I don't know. Why are you in the toilet, Senga?
Oh, it's freezing in here.
It's a bit of a mystery, that. Bit of a mystery. So going back to Fanny Craddock was a television chef long before
Blockbuster,
Oh.
It
Aberdeen.
was probably the first.
Long before the days of Delia Smith and all the ones that you see on the television
Her
now.
husband was called Johnny. Fanny and Johnny Craddock.
I mean, that sounds even worse, doesn't it? According to T-Boy, her husband was called Johnny. Fanny and Johnny Craddock. What
And he
a
was
name.
henpecked.
Yeah. I can remember watching her as a kid, so I'm sure probably most of the people that are watching this will remember Fanny Craddock. And Kevin's got a saying. He says, if you want great donuts, bake them like Fanny's. I'll leave you with that thought. So, right. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Chris Higgett. Yes, she was quite scary, Aldo. She was quite scary. Yeah, I can remember watching that. She was quite a ferocious, frightening woman, weren't she?
Yes.
Yeah, she well, I'd have made a good Fanny then, wouldn't I, Joan? Because I've got a croaky voice as well. Right, so Chrissy Gate, yes. So obviously, I know loads of you have sent posts and cards and things to Chrissy Gates. There's quite a lot of you that have sent stuff to us as well, either via Phillips Jewellers in Cleveland's or to us here if you've known the address. And I have to say, we've still got them all stood on the sideboard. They're all stood out ready. And I have to say, we've been absolutely amazed by how lovely everybody's been. In fact, I picked a parcel up at the jewellers the other day that Peggy from Newark had sent, and lovely stuff. Really, I mean, you can tell people watch videos and get to know you and just send the stuff that you'd like and want.
Delivered with love.
Lovely. Yeah, delivered with love, absolutely. So I really need to go to see Chris. And obviously, I've not been well. It's kept raining. I've had loads of things to do. I've been backwards and forwards to solicitors and things like that. He's shutting the shop on the 5th of November, says Joanne. So it's actually my intention to go tomorrow. It's going to rain tomorrow, apparently. But a little bit of rain won't make me dissolve, so I'm planning to go to Blackpool tomorrow and do a few different indoor things, which just reminded me something. And I'll just write that down before I forget, because I will do. So there you go. So I shall be collecting my prezzies. In fact, Chris had put a post on yesterday saying that the postman had been. I think that meant get yourself here and come and fetch them. But I did put a post on there. I sent a message to their Facebook page to let them know where I was and why I'd not been in. It's certainly not. It's not for lack of liking to, and it's not for lack of gratefulness for everything that you do. And I will be doing a video with Chris, because when you go for your post, he always does a video while you're opening it. So I'll be opening them and looking to see what we've got. What's a tipper? I don't know. It's us tipple.
He loved the
Tipple, June. He used to. Can't you remember? Keith Floyd used to cook with one hand, and he'd be drinking wine with the other, quaffing it back. I think perhaps is a better description. Not a tipple. So anyway, there being no rest for the wicked and all that kind of stuff. My week does not endeth on Wednesday. Because on Thursday I'm starting another episode of the great chapters of Rabbit Towers. because on Thursday I'm starting working with the guys at the beach works that are doing some stuff on the seafront at Cleveley's initially, about Cleveley's and Fleetwood, so I'm quite looking forward to that. So I'm going in the venue on Cleveley seafront, my second home. So if anybody wants to pop in and say hello, if anybody wants to pop in and say hello, I shall be there. I shall be in residence on a weekly basis between the hours of 9 and 12 o'clock, and you'll find me in the doggy dining room, or otherwise known as the naughty corner. So I'll be able to tell you anything you ever didn't want to know about the beach. Specifically, I'm supposed to be telling you about what they're doing and what they're building, but I can basically just tell you anything you want to know, really, can't I? So, just a minute. Catch Kev me up says, so much love for you here, Christine. I'm not Christine, I'm Jane. My mum was Christine, and we've got Christine on the chat, which is why I looked a bit gormless, because I'm very easily confused. It takes a lot of strength to do this kind of thing and put yourself out there on YouTube when dealing with such a big loss. That is very true. That is very true indeed. Thank you ever so much. Lovely comment. So, yes, I shall be there on a Thursday morning. And if you want to pop in, just pop in. Come and say hello. It's a very nice establishment. You can have a cup of coffee and have your dinner there if you feel like it. Here he comes.
Where's
What
this?
we brought now? Oh, that's not bad.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Shall we show them?
Yeah. Just while we're talking about the venue, all the pictures on the walls are painted by T-Boy.
T-Boy.
Who can paint. He can paint.
Unlike
And they're
me.
our Seaside Emporium pictures. So when you come in, just have a look at the walls and notice on your way past. Now, T-Boy in Training does a reasonable coloured pencil picture. It's quite good, actually. It's quite good. It's not bad at all. It's a coloured pencil picture. But because they watch portrait artists and things like that, he decided that he wanted to have a go at watercolour paints and acrylics and using a brush and doing it like they do on telly. So regular visitors in these parts will have already seen version 1. So now you can show them your lovely picture, Kevin.
Reminder of version 1.
So we were showing this to some of our friends yesterday who don't watch YouTube, who have not seen this before. And their faces, now let's put it this way, I started coughing. Their faces were an absolute picture. I said, look at this, isn't it good? Look what Kevin's done. And they went, it's very good, that. And actually managed to keep the faces straight.
And
It's awful.
I told them, I said, bless them, in a serious way, I says, I'm taking commissions. I said, I'm not really bothered.
Anyway,
we
not
digress.
to be defeated. He had another bash at it.
Crispy was asking if I'd done any more, because they said, have you thought of drawing Jane? And I thought, not ready for a divorce just yet. So are you ready, folks? Who's that?
So we said, why don't you do a self-portrait? It's not bad, actually.
I can't see where it is in relation to the phone because I'm down here.
It's not bad, that, actually. Just, no, stop being stupid. No, you don't need to grimace like a nutcase. Just look sort of slightly to one side and look like you do on your picture.
Look normal.
So, not like that. You look like you're doing a knacker,
Sausages. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all, that. To say that he's done it in paint, and that were his first attempt.
You're coughing again, aren't you?
So yes, in answer to the question that some of you put on, we do sell our stuff online. We don't have
Not mine.
a physical proper shop, because frankly we've got enough to do. But our website is Seaside Emporium, so this is proper stuff that Derek's done.
Says that's the real,
Yeah.
better than the real thing.
So these are the 3 Fleetwood lighthouses that T-Boy's done. And we've got all kinds of different stuff. So there's things like that. These are just some cards because they were sat at the side of me. And there's Christmas cards and all kinds of different stuff. There's pictures of local landmarks, and that's obviously Blackpool seafront. That's another Blackpool seafront. That's Marshmill Windmill. That's very popular. That was sold loads of them. So they all come framed and all the rest of it. So that's seasideemporium.co.uk if you want to have a look. So yes, we do sell it, but we've not done. That's another thing that's just all ground to a stop while we've been up to our elbows in caring duties. But we're starting to slowly pick the reins back up and get back to life. So I've been doing a bit of therapy. Poor Stephen Gately loves my cottages, and he keeps asking me when I'm going to have them online. And I am, Stephen, I promise. Some of them are online. So I've been making some little charmy, the keyring hangers, but the little charmy things. So I've made them, and they're nice. I thought they were right natty. I thought they'd be quite nice on a window. You know, you have a key for your window fitting. Little bit of the beach. I particularly like that bit of wood. I've had that little bit of wood ages, and I keep holding on to it. So yeah, so they'll be going online as well. So they're what I've just made. So life is starting to come back to life slowly. If we could just get rid of this cold, and then we'll be a little bit more back to where we're supposed to be. So pair of earrings. Can you just see Chris wearing these earrings? You look like a Zulu.
Scams.
If anybody's around and anybody's local and you want to come to the Rossall Beach meeting on the 19th, that's on Wednesday the 19th of October. We've got the 2 engineers that are working on the beach project coming to do a talk about what they're doing and all the rest of it. So that'll be good, because 2 right nice blokes. And quite a comedy act between us.
Fish.
So yeah, so there you go. You're all very welcome. I'll put details in the Brew at 2. It's very awkward pointing back to front. In the Brew at 2 Facebook group, and then you can come if you want to. So that's my news. So I don't think I've done bad really for snotted up to the eyeballs cold and everything that's been going off. The house is like a tip. There's stuff everywhere. It is.
No,
It's getting on my nerves. I'm starting to sound like my mum. I'm
go,
channeling Chrissy.
you want to go
I'm
on
channeling
with
Chrissy.
it.
I have got some scams, Crispy. But because I've been doing all kinds of things, I've not actually printed them off, so we'll do them next week. Yeah, sadly, I don't think the email from British Gas was a scam, but nonetheless. So, lovely people, I think that just about draws this week's proceedings to a close. Connie's, Muffin's not bad, Connie, thank you. He's not bad at all. He's
I've just been up, he's fast asleep.
fast asleep, according to Kevin. Yeah, so he'd been to the vets last week. He's had a bit of a birthdays, Emma, birthdays. Had a bit of an infection, so he'd been to the vets last week. So he's feeling more like himself. Oh, two things. Birthdays, good reminder. Yes, Lorraine, I am doing tree decorations again this year. I've got a huge pile ready for my trainee twig cutter to cut for me. And I've not managed to get him onto the job yet because he's been busy painting signboards. So it's just like, you know, shall we do this first, or shall we do that first, or shall we do that, or shall we do this, or shall we do that, or shall we do this? Take your pick. So I'm kind of intending to make a food review video tomorrow, which reminded me of a message that a guy called Roger Middleton keeps leaving on our channel, which I'm just mystified by, I'll be honest. And he said this more times than once. And he says, I use my knife like a pen. I mean, how else do you use a knife? How else do you do it? Because you sort of naturally do that, don't you? You hold your, which way around do you hold your knife and fork? Fork, left hand, knife, right hand?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you stab your food that way and then you cut it that way, don't you? So how else can you hold a knife and a fork other than like that? I don't see how there is any other way to hold a knife and a fork. And apparently I'm supposed to pour my peas onto my meal.
Some people use a knife like that.
Index finger over the top of the knife.
Yeah. Like that. Do you do it like that? Index finger over the top of the knife, says Carol, which is what I do. And he says, don't, exactly like a pen, which is what he said. There I go again, using my knife like a pen.
Oh, don't worry.
Anyway, it just puzzled me that. So I wondered if anybody had got any other comments to make on that one. And then last week I smiled to myself.
That's why you're the drummer from the Muppets.
Well, I'm the drummer from the Muppets. We've got, do you know, it's like just like living in our house. There's 15 conversations going off at once. Christine, who's the drummer from the Muppets? Is it me, or is it Kevin, or is it Eric, or somebody? Eric's the drummer from the Muppets. No, he's not. He's not. So, final word goes to Mark W, who said, actually, I've got a Lego drummer from the Muppets somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Carry on, get your birthdays done.
Are you ready? Is that the one that you meant, Christine? Lego, the drummer. Final word goes to Mark W, who had put on last week's Brew at 2. Is this video a joke? Surely this witchery and simpleness is not real. A specialist comedy routine for a very specific audience. Well, actually, I very nearly put rude, full stop. So in the end I put, you won't be joining us again then. But he was dead right, really, in what he said, wasn't it? It's a very specific audience. It's all our lovely bats, all our lovely mates that we gather together on a Tuesday afternoon and just have a right good laugh, usually at my expense. So, birthdays, and then we are done. Friday the 14th, drum roll and fanfare, is Emma Kelly, and that's why you reminded me, to Emma. So it's Emma's birthday on Friday. Russ has just been to the hospital with his partner for a checkup. Exactly, Matt. Matt says if you don't like it, don't watch it. Brew is very special. We're all very special, us. More ways than one. And then the other one is one that I missed because it was when I think I was off just after Mum had died, or there was some reason why I missed it. And I've got a big birthday for Mark on the 3rd of October, and it was sent in by Sue. Is that your Mark Dodsworth? Because it says Mark Mackay on here, but I've got Mark Dodsworth on the calendar. So is it 2 different Marks on the same day, or are you just the same one? Anyway, happy birthday, whoever you are. So that's it. That's it for this week. Another week bites the dust. Another week bites the dust, and we shall finish on his 85. You're 85, Emma. Really?
It's getting better.
Is she?
Good. Excellent.
Makes me feel young.
Well, I would never have guessed that. I would never have guessed that. We're glad that Russ's missus is getting better. Happy birthday to Emma. Hope you've enjoyed today's chaotic rendition. You're not a bad one, you know, if you can follow Brew at all, because it's very all over the place. So yeah, so everything's peachy this afternoon. Everything's peachy. Right, as is customary, we shall finish on our usual swan song. Are you ready? Are you ready? I shall put the spectacles on, which I think are quite fetching in conjunction with the bow in my hair. Smiling is infectious. You'll catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. And when he smiled, I realised I passed it on to him. I thought about that smile, then realised its worth. A single smile, just like mine, could travel round the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic, quick, and get the world infected. See you next week, people. Bye for now.
Bye.